space, which is the EwA response, EwA space. This is a day 4 functional day. Just like a quick something, type it in the chat. How you guys feeling? What's the state of mind you're in right now? What's the mental state are you in right now? Like, how you feeling? Type it in the chat if you want to talk, if you want to say something. What is the state of mind you are right now, guys? It's a difficult question. How are you feeling? What's the headspace are you in? 1000 is ready. Okay. Love Jai Ho. Nice. Hi guys. Are you guys present here? Miss Sunday vibes. Okay. Cool. Okay. Before Miss Sunday vibes. Great. Nice. Okay. Cool. I hope you're more attentive to this space. I'm going to discuss some things and I'm going to tell you about the AI plans, RO plans, entity plans, and this is more like an open space for this is like outside agenda, separate space for us to be able to share what's happening in EwA in the Asia Pacific region, share some of the GCPs, and then take forward the call to actions for what's next. So this is what overall the space is going to be. This is welcome to the regional space and GCP sharing. That's the name of the space. Okay. Today's hashtag is lead the change. In the morning, I mentioned about how we should be at the forefront of change, doing things, leading things. Right? This is what it's going to be about. The object behind me, it's me trying to improve my Instagram followers from 600 to 1,000. Help me with that. There's a lovely, amazing CC buddy, Karunesh, who's going to help me with the session. So yeah, the objective is very simple. Understand the global, regional, and entity plans for EwA in detail. Learn from the GCPs and lead the change in my entity. As simple as that. It goes with the today's theme, right? Yeah. How many of you were present yesterday during solution workshop? Just give me a thumbs up. Raise my hands. Raise your hands. Or just type something in the chat. How many of you were present in the solutions workshop space? I was there. I was there. So you guys had like a GCP sharing space, right? I think Isaac in Indonesia shared the GCP. Yes, Casey. I saw something on your Instagram. That was nice. That was nice. Who else was there in the space? Did anyone else share GCPs? Which other AP GCP was shared there? If you guys remember. Yes, I was there. Hey guys, this is not a one-way delivery. This is not a session. This is a space. So I wanted to be active. Sri Lanka was there. Yes, Sri Lanka. I suggested Daisy some entities. Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Japan, India. Sri Lanka shared the GCP. Good. I was not able to, I was in the other session, so I was not able to attend that space. But then I hope you have some idea about what's happening in the region about these spaces. Today we're going to have here one more GCP from, I think, in Japan in the regional space. That's why Mr. Masaki is here with pizza, and that's what he's going to share on his head. The idea is for us to know what are different entities doing in the region and how can we create the support system within this MC network to work on EwA, which is going to be one of the important direction moving forward, right? How many of you there yesterday? No, not yesterday. MCPs, pre-meeting day -2. Do you guys remember Lewis's session about organization context? Organization context. It almost feels like a year ago, right? It was just on the 2nd of March. If you guys remember the session, organization context, she was talking about like how different products have evolved, how different functions have evolved, and how what is the revenue generation, what is the goal for EwA, what is the state of GTA, what is the BD revenue share from EwA and stuff like that. If you guys remember that kind of information is going to be very useful. We're going to talk, but that was global. This is going to be more regional about the same thing. So are you guys ready? Are you guys excited for the session? 31 people, nice. That's the maximum I've had for the MC session. I'm really sorry if my voice is a little bit low. This is my 3rd session of the day and I have one more to go. Just let me know if you're not able to hear anything or if if I speak too fast. Okay, I'm gonna be keep drinking this juice I have just to keep my throat from exploding. Cool. Let's start. So quick activity. Okay, I want you to be active here. What comes first in your mind when I say, and I will say some, I will type, I'll show a word in your screen and you need to type in the chat what comes first into your mind. The first word is youth or young people. What comes into your mind when I say? Type it in the chat. I need to be able to see 29 sharings. There are 31 people. Energetic, us, leaders. Passion, proactive, possibility, I say. Changeable, future. Okay. What about the rest of you? Going thrice, going twice. There's no right or wrong answer, guys. You just type creativity, solution. Okay, energetic, cool, nice. I want to see more responses because this is not a typical space like a session or a keynote or something I'm delivering. This is a regional space, so I need like a lot of interaction. I need you to speak back to me, ask questions, type it in the chat, be active. So the next word is leadership. What is the first word comes into your mind when I say leadership? Anxious. Oh, you, okay. Activate. Leadership. Action. Serving. Service. Root in the heart. Develop. Empowerment. Example. Okay. I see. What about the others? Still waiting for the other people. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Impact. What comes into your mind when I say the word impact? People. Example. Inspire. Society. Change. Action. Leadership. That's smart. Leadership. What else? World. Okay. Impact. Cool. Community development. Alignment. So I asked you 3 words. Okay. Youth, leadership, and impact. Now I'm going to ask you my favorite one. Engagement with Isaac. EwA. What comes into your mind when I say this words? Youth. Type leadership. Type impact. Innovation. Okay. What else? Youth +1. Spark. First touch point. Youth with creating impact. Branding. Okay. Various elements of engagement with. What else? What else? I'm waiting for someone to say revenue. Lol, about to say. You go, how on? Good job. Okay, cool. It's a quick thing. This is what a technical definition of EwA is in our dictionary. That's also known as Blue Book. Why EwA? Like why do we run EwA? This is the reason or the purpose behind which EwA. Like we want them to spark an interest in people to develop themselves as contribution to a better world. This is a Blue Book definition of why EwA. But I just want to ask a couple of you, why do you think EwA is important, or why EwA? My animation didn't work and I gave away the answer, but I still want to ask you, why EwA? Chop, anyone? Come on, you guys are MCPs. Oh my God. I feel like I'm doing a monologue. First place to interact with Isaac, leadership impact, motivate youth to take towards development. What else? Think beyond. Now you're not in the day 0 or day -2 of TLC. You're already in day 4 or Tomorrow is the last day. We need to pivot, innovate, and align to what is needed today. Make sense? Why EwA? Does anyone want to share? Open their mic and share. You can just go ahead do that also. Inclusive youth leadership development. Okay. What else? What else? Why EwA? Elva? Why EwA? You're typing. Okay. Does anyone want to share? Why EwA? Because GV cannot. Okay. Engagement developing young people more than one way. In diverse way. Exchange should happen in a diverse way. That's an interesting take. Look towards it. Does EwA, let me ask you a myth buster. Does EwA always need to have an ELD call to action? I hope you're clear about the word ELD and EwA. Does EwA always need to have a call to action to ELD? Yes or no? Type yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Should. That's an ambiguous response. Yes or no, guys? The call to action. Okay. The answer is yes. It's always need to have. You do engagement with ISEC. The idea of doing engagement with ISEC activity. Okay. The idea of doing engagement with ISEC activity is to be a part of a holistic ISEC experience, and not just to spark an interest towards leadership or towards developing themselves in the world, but it also supposed to put them, if somebody said marketing, right? If I have to put it in the marketing context, EwA is an initiative. You have to take someone from a stranger to visitor. Like if you say in the customer flow, we have like a stranger to visitor. That phase of a customer flow, I would say for ISEC, if you plot out the customer flow or something, that's the phase EwA takes you from a stranger to a visitor. I think we use EwA initiatives in that way, where a young person, there are 1.8 billion people in the world, and there are 33,700 odd only ISECers in the world, and we do about 40,000 exchanges a year. So give and take 80,000 people in the world. Compare that 80,000 versus 1.8 billion people. Like we have a lot of market, we have a lot of potential, obviously, but like it's not the size of the market I'm talking about, but it's like there are a lot of strangers who do not know ISEC what at all. But then if you want them to engage, like EwA initiatives are the tools we have, or all the products we have inside ISEC to do it. So we just don't want them to engage, but then we also want them to have a call to action to ELT later for a call to action. That's the definition. So let's quickly deep dive, not a deep dive, like a quickly review history of EwA, like how EwA initiatives were evolved, so that you know where it better positions. Okay, so I was just going through some of the past blue books. Like I joined ISEC way past in 2013, August 2013, about 7.5 years ago now. This is what I saw. Sorry for the low quality image. I think we downloaded the PPT directly, that's why. So this is what I saw as an ISEC experience. The guy you see in the middle was like Eddie the Genius. He was like a mascot of ISEC. And we had EwA initiatives called EwA. And we have experiential leadership development called ELD. And then we had lifelong connection. And this was an ISEC experience back in 2013. This is what we used to have. Engagement with ISEC activities. Then we had team member program, team leader program, GIP and GCP program. And then afterwards, lifelong connection, which is alumni association and organization. And for EwA, like we could be doing multiple initiatives. There was youth to business forum, there was youth to there were career fairs, there were multiple events majorly focused towards professional as well as social development of young person. So this was an ISEC experience, how it looked like. And the part of EwA was always to give a call to action to either a team member program, team leader program, global internship program, or GCDP or GV, basically GV program. So this was a cycle. If you see the arrow, so always EwA should have a call to action to either one of these four. So you can do any EwA activity to give a call to action to say GIP, which is GT. Then you could do like a professional youth to business forum. You could do career fairs. You could do company related, any event including companies. If you want to do like a team member or a team leader related program, then you could do any activity which attracts young people to ISEC. It could be college events, it could be anything. Like there was no, like in terms of definition, if you say, um, there was no out, there was of course an outline, but then there was no, okay, this is a product or this is a something, this is what we have to do. We only used to do youth to business officially, but then the rest of all the activities which are having a call to action to this were called EwA activities. And engagement with ISEC for GV, there were like multiple programs we used to do for that too. This was happening in 2018. Then we had a refresh since we started focusing more 2013 onwards. Like we moved from around 2025 30,000 exchanges to about 40,000 exchanges. Like majorly, we had a spike in GV number of experiences. Then we had a requirement of improving the kind of engagement with our initiatives we do for the best, like for the key product, the main product which gives us maximum volume, which was our global volunteer. So the call to action always was coming from either a local volunteer or a global host. I don't know if most of you know this. This was also an EWA product. It's listed in the blue book. The why was still same. But local volunteer was simply like you can, a local young people, not necessarily an ISECer, to volunteer for in an NGO for an ISEC project, basically supporting our GV program. So this local volunteer could support the exchange related things we had, like the 16 standards and satisfaction we had back then. To support an EP's journey, the local volunteer could guide and assist that person. So it was fulfilling both demand, like it was fulfilling a purpose from both sides. We wanted volunteers to support in our support in increasing GV volume, and we also wanted to use this opportunity to engage more young people. That's why local volunteer. Youth Speak Forum, you all know, I don't need to talk about it. Youth Speak survey, forum, report, all the three sub products of Youth Speak. It was there. This specifically came in 2015. If you don't know, it's a quite interesting history. In 2015, when the SDGs were launched in September 2015, immediately in December 2015, ISEC was the first one to do like a youth action summit. I think Abdul mentioned in this story. We were the first youth organization to commit. Like there is a document signed from Anna Saldariaga, and that time the youth convoy of UN, Ms. Ahmad. It says we will do three things in ISEC to promote SDGs. We will foster engagement, we will take action, and we will raise awareness. These are the three things: raise awareness, foster engagement, and take action towards developing and implementing SDGs in the world. So this is a document signed with UN. And that's where the whole Youth for Global Goals, Y4GG initiative came from. That initiative is different. It was a marketing sub-product and a sub-brand. As a PR, we used it to partner with a lot of organizations. But inside EWA, the product from that was Youth Speak Forum. The Youth Speak was integrated into EWA programs for like a bigger brand Y4GG. And the global host was to solve another issue we had, accommodation, one of the biggest issue we had in GV, which was like quality standards meeting accommodation and stuff like that. So we had global host engagement, which used to give opportunity for a local or global volunteer to stay at a local home. So again, it was solving a purpose at both sides. Like for a GV EP or in any EP, they could have an experience of living in a local family. And for ISEC, like for a local family also, it was an experience to break their cultural barriers or stereotypes and everything. And for ISEC, it was a win-win because obviously if they're staying in someone's home, then the quality standards are high, better, the PP is better taken care of, blah, 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 blah. So this is how it was evolved in 2018. But the latest edition, if you see, do you know this? I hope you know this picture. This is not the first time you're looking into it. This is the current ISEC experience in 2019 we had before the pandemic. We engage, develop, and connect. This was the ISEC experience. We wanted to give local volunteer, Youth Speak, GV, GT, GE. That time we also had GE. and we want to connect. So we were even evolved. But if you still see, the major engagement with ISEC initiatives we had were GV centric, only local volunteer and youth speak. We discontinued the global homes thingy because like it couldn't pass the pilot test, and later on it was not integrated in the mainstream program. So we just kept these two, local volunteer and youth speak. This was the ISEC experience back then. So what's in 2020? What's next? What's going to happen next? You all know we had a brand book refresh where we said, okay, we are removing EwA products and we are putting it under review. That was the official statement. We're putting our products under review, and we're going to come back once the review is done. We had 2020 refresh, but then pandemic happened and then we had to review a lot of our products. So that's what happened. I'm going to quickly take you through this. Again, sorry for the low quality image. This is what AI 2021 has in plan for EwA. The strategic objectives for EwA in 2021 is improve MXP, diversify ELD, and achieve ISEC revenue goals. So this is like a main strategic objective behind EwA for 2021 in ISEC. Under these three also, there are different sub objectives, but these are the main three things. We want to take EwA towards improving membership experience, diversifying ELD portfolios, and achieve ISEC revenue goals. This is an overall objective, overall strategic objective. But inside that, also inside, if you see the achieve ISEC revenue goals, the EwA, all the three EwA programs come into it: EwA Innovation, EwA Current Initiatives, and Network Innovation Capacity. So I'm going to quickly take you through a global plan and regional plan if you have not gone through it. How many of you have already gone through it, the AI plan and the regional plan? Raise your hands if you have gone through it. If you raise your hand, I'll ask questions, okay? Raise your hand if you know what are the AI plans for EwA and RO plans for EwA. Give me a thumbs up. And I said I will ask question, now nobody. Okay, cool. Lena Casey, good job. Cool, nice. So just quick, bear with me for 5 minutes. I'm going to explain them for the people who haven't heard. This is the first project we have in AI level, who's managed by Katya, who's an AI VP. She and Daisy are working on majorly EwA. This is a project called EwA Program Innovation. If you see, the MVP is already released, the H4TT program, the heading for the future program. I already have the business model canvas, value proposition, the product, the details. We're waiting for the branding materials and everything to be finalized. Otherwise, I would have showed you in this place. But then the MVP validation is still going to happen by April. The idea is to research the previous EwA initiatives. We've already done research with the local volunteer and Youth Speak. Youth Speak, we're going to launch a new version of it, but till then we will let you run the old versions itself. The H4TT is already launched in this touch point, and this is how the next program looks like. We are innovating our EwA programs to. This happens every year. This happens every 5 years. Sorry, we relook at our all ISEC experience and then we refresh it. The all brands, all experiences, membership, and this is like a touch point where we are doing 2025. So we're going to refresh it this year also. So this is, and pandemic also. So we are not continuing with the same one. We're going to improve. This is a project for innovation. The second thing, till the time we come up with the innovation, not all entities have capacity to innovate this year. And not all entities are required also to innovate this year. So we're going to let other entities run the current initiatives. I mean, more than let, I think I should use the word support. We're going to support entities with implementing the current EwA initiatives, but making sure that they are following the brand principles and everything for EwA. So this is the project for that, supporting the entities, way forward, developing the product, and also supporting the entities with refreshing the current initiatives. So this is this project on track. Innovation capacity is an additional project, which is just innovating MCs to have a better innovation capacity. That's it. Like, you don't need to know much. Like, you can of course go through it, but then Louis is working with the NS team for this product. Like, strategic direction is like, we need, since somebody said like EwA is innovation, we need to improve, innovate, blah blah, all those things. We are doing this project for that. not just for EwA, but this is like in general innovation. But EwA comes under like EwA also requires a lot of innovation for the new initiative, so that's why I put it here. Regional office plans. This is what we're going to prioritize out of all the 6 things. Out of the 8 things we will do in the regional office. First 3 priorities are BD, OGT, and EwA. This is what we discussed as a strategic objective on the regional. So if you see, like EwA has a higher priority than GV or anything else as of now, because we do believe that in AP we could have a higher impact by doing EwA more. This is one of the key strategic objectives, or the 3 objectives we have in the regional level. This is one of the, like I am doing this project, I'm the project responsible for this strategic objective. The key activities will be supporting entities with the guideline and implementation, partner engagement plan, youth engagement plan, GV conditions fulfillment, support, providing recognition for EwA and GV activities, and upscaling regional GCPs. So this is one of the space I will be using for that also. Open up, have a conversation with you, share GCPs and stuff like that. We've also decided from last month only, that from this month onwards, we will be supporting the network with EwA education. Basically, we will be having monthly commission calls and everything. I have selected an RST to support me with this, along with my other duties as ED and TM, but we'll be supporting you with that. So this is one of the strategic objectives. And this is my project, which is I'm working on. The scope is to support entities in AP to implement the innovation guideline, support AI innovation project, basically whichever entities who will be piloted for H4TT. The H4TT will not be directly downscaled to all the entities. We will select some pilot entities from AP, and it will be my job to support those entities in implementation of those. So you will receive information soon by the end of this month, hopefully, from AI to how to go forward with that. But I will be supporting with those people and also promote regional collaboration. So this is another idea. I'm working with a different event and different collaboration event for EwA regionally. Are you guys clear so far? What is AI plan, regional plan, history of EwA, what is EwA? Any doubts, questions so far? If you have doubts, you can open your mic and just say.
I have questions.
Yes,
can you back to the slides showing how the process, like from EwA, products, and also Connect?
Which slide? This one?
Yeah, I think this. I don't know if it will change completely for years to come, but could you please explain like the whole strategy or plan of regional office? Where is the stance of those strategies in supporting the overall change in the organizations? Is it only to support EwA, and then we need to direct every young person that we engage to GT or any specific ALD program? Or where we are getting to by that? Yeah,
that's a very good question. So that's an important thing. That's one of the key reasons we took this project, EwA program innovation, because we have that minimum viable product, right? Right now, what you know about the product is it's going to support young people in preparing for their career. It's going to be like 6 weeks deep dive with corporates. Like basically, corporates will be opening up 6 weeks opportunities for young people to be doing sort of a mini internship inside their organization, and that will be like a skill building experience sort of a thing. If you see directly, that supports our professional internship programs. It's like how you saw GV and Youth Speak were more focused towards GV. The direction is to shift towards more professional internship programs as of now. So this is what I can say. Hope that is clear. We'll quickly go forward. We have like a lot of things planned. So what are entities planning? This is what AP is planning. This is what your consolidated goals from AP. Don't look at like what red or yellow means. It doesn't mean anything. It just this is the number of people we want to engage in. This is the number of members we want to engage in the next 6 months. So around 30,000 members we want to engage in the next 6 months. I'll give you a link. You guys can go and explore. Like in this particular link, Do you guys have access to it? Just check. Create a copy. Hope you guys should have. So in this link, you will find what are the entity targets for the next 6 months and what are the initiatives they're planning in AP. Okay. We have from all the entities who submitted the goals on time. Yeah. Is a target from entities EwA initiatives or H4TF? No, this is a target for number of people, number of external youths they want to engage. That's it. So if you do a youth speak forum with say Indonesia, 268. Like if you want to do something in your idea is total to engage 5,300 people, right? So if you do a you speak with 500 people, that's your idea. And I suppose that's how you submit it. So that's that. So it's not for H4TTF. H4TTF, it's not going to happen in current year. It's going to happen next year. You will have MVP, we will have pilots by April. That's why I wanted to look at this timeline. MVP validation will happen by April and the network launch will happen by April 10th. So this is something your success can take it forward during shadowing process. But yeah, the next 6 months, the current initiatives and everything which we have planned, you can see it in this link. Explore, go read it. You guys can open it, right? It's not restricted. So give me a thumbs up if you can open it. Okay, cool. Nice. So before I ask this question, I wanted to ask these questions and put you guys into breakouts. Considering we don't have much time for the breakouts right now, I will keep these questions open and I'll take like a quick 2 or 3 sharings. And then we can go into Japan GCP sharing. You guys, this is the questions. Or apart from this also, if you guys want to share anything, your issues or your challenges related to EwA, you guys can share. Like, what is your plan for the current initiatives implementation? Is it different than what you've submitted? What is the plan for the new initiative implementation? And what are some of the challenges you're facing right now in doing the EwA implementation? Is there anyone to share? Anyone? Which entity wants to share your MC EwA responsibilities? If you don't know, nobody knows in your entity. I second. Which entity you want to share? Does anyone want to share? Group 1, India, Indonesia, Pakistan, Vietnam. Dead silence. I will.
Okay,
I
I can share.
Go ahead.
Okay, I can say that for the planned EwA initiative that we have currently in Indonesia, it is going pretty well. I can say we just finished the pilot entities, so we received like a lot entities pilot into the project, so they will have like preparations until 2 months. So all of the initiative will be having realization starting from late April to the rest of the term, MC 2021. So we expected the result. Yeah, I don't know. It is. I think it is only the target youth engaged from Impact Circle and today. But basically, you have like local internship and also local project as well as ISEC Future Leader. So expected more than that to achieve by the end of my term. The challenge that we face is more into on how we involve like more and more business acumen mindset in the members. So instead of like complaining about the pricing that already been said or trying to just only running EwA without any considering revenue from it, because we basically have like a huge possibility on how to make it as one of our alternative generating revenue, right? So, but we are currently focusing on that. So there's a lot of capacity building and then consultancy spaces for LC in order for them to understand completely on how to run EwA initiative, not only because we want to engage ISEC, engage CUs, but only on how we can involving any business model can basically profitable to the LC itself. So I can say in national, in Indonesia, I think in Indonesia, we are doing pretty good. But right now we are in national level quite questioning what we're doing currently. So is it aligned with EwA of, like EwA, is it aligned to the EwA that AI prospect or EwA expected to us? Because we are currently have two types of EwA. First is we want to engage them, but we want to have a call to actions after they, for example, joining one of our EwA, we want them to take another EwA initiative that we have. Because our EwA is not only focused in one-time event or one-time webinar or one-time engagement, but we have we need to create a community system inside that EwA. So we basically have an EwA that focus on developing members more than 2 months. So we have a program that we need to maintain this customer until 3 months. So I think it can replace somehow the ELD program that we have. So instead of thinking that is EwA, so we are thinking that is as one of the choices, ELD program, I can say, but it is not an ELD program because it is not recognized by AI also as well. So this is currently the biggest burning questions that we have in Indonesia. Yep.
That's nice. Makes sense. I think experiential leadership development, I think till they go through that experiential phase, you can't really call it ELD technically, and of course it's not official, but I like the idea of how did you make the customer flow circular, and then EwA to another EwA to another EwA. That will reduce your lead nurturing time, and that will engage them even for a longer time. So that serves the purpose of EwA programs. Okay, I'm gonna take GCP sharing from Isaac in Japan. Can I give the floor to Masaki?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Masaki. This is Masaki from Japan, 2021 MCP. So, Japan development to EwA from September to February. So, this is because I saw that the development of EwA was necessary for the future development of ICX. So today in Japan, we will share those two GCP with you this time. So Kai, who is in charge of EwA in Japan, so please give a presentation.
Okay.
Yay!
Sorry for Masaki's fan club. I will give a presentation instead of Masaki, but I will share my slides. Can you see it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so right now, we would like to share Japan EwA Initiative GCP to spark ideas from different perspectives than the last night 2 GCPs from Indonesia and also Sri Lanka, because to promote a kind of regional collaboration between among AP. So first of all, my name is Kai. Sorry for my irritating face picture, but I'm responsible for right now MCVP OGB and also partly EwA. But unfortunately, I and Masaki will leave ISEC in this month. But our amazing elect will take initiative, take forward. So please approach them. So as a GCP, yesterday, in the functional track, AI and our all shared this slide to say that EwA initiative should be tied to the core as an organization, which is peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential, and also youth empowerment or leadership development or cross-cultural understanding. And as I think in Japan, we focus, we were prototyping several products which focus more on cross-cultural understanding, because we see that many of the kind of EwA initiatives more focused on employability or leadership development, but we think that the ISEC leadership models creates the world citizen who leads as a catalyst. So not only like social oriented or self-awareness, but also we need to produce EwA initiative that develop cross-cultural understanding among youth. So that's why we were prototyping two products and also joined the initiative led by MOC, which is really amazing. So please approach EwA to get to know more. But for now, we will share you guys with two examples of let's call international EwA. So first one is global youth dialogue, and also the second one is global discussion. So the goal of this product is to define kind of the value proposition of cross-cultural exchange opportunity as EwA to have to be more open, not only internally but also externally with the value of a cross-cultural understanding. So the first one is global youth dialogue. So this one, we match the pair of delegates to give them a space to share their cultural issues or social issues or their individual interest in a week. So like this, we give them a kind of digital platform to not only chat but also do the daily task together, and to have an experience, to gain an experience to collaborate between people from other country to make an achievement. So we not only give them just a space, like we facilitate their talking and also dialogue with the leading question and also daily task, so that they feel comfortable to make a dialogue. And the achievement was really amazing. And the very satisfaction rate was 8.8 out of 10. And also NPS score was 43. So which means that most participants says that they recommend the program to others like friends. And also like really thank you our partnership entity, which is Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Moscow, and also Myanmar. Although it was canceled because of the entity situation, like we collaborate with the four entity to host such the program. And also the other one is a global discussion space. So this is kind of easy to have an image of the product. We give them a space to discuss about the social world issue, and not only give them space to just discuss, we let them to do the research on the issue for 2 weeks and get the preparation and do the discussion day. And also we give them the reintegration day, so that we let them do the reflection and also a discussion about the social issue. So thank you for Filipino, I think in Philippines, to do the partnership. And this is also the achievement was very good. A very satisfaction rate was 4.75, and also NPS was also really good. And the international EwA is very amazing because it is the regional collaboration like among AP. So we collaborate with MOC and also Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and the Philippines. And we think that not only we can focus on domestic issue, but also we can focus on our issue with such the product. And also like it can be a marketing campaign and also E2E collaboration, and also it can be a new revenue stream, because there are many people who love traveling around the world and also be connected with people from other country. So we can utilize the customer needs other than like a career fair or the other leadership event. So please take it into consideration that you also host such the kind of international EwA initiative. And like we are also really looking forward to collaborate with you guys to host such the EwA initiative. Yeah, so thank you for the space, Leo.
Yay! That was ASIC in Japan for you guys. You guys have any questions? Thank you for sharing the slides, Masaki. I think they're doing really innovative things, and I think they were one of the first entities to start with this. I mean, of course, there were other entities also, but then one of the entities who quickly initiated the product, quickly initiated things, quickly uh, got teams, got it done, made a report. So I think that sort of an agility and that sort of an innovation is something is something which you can take and learn from us in Japan. So yes, good job. Of course, there are different GCPs also. We heard from Sri Lanka and Indonesia yesterday. There are other things entities doing. I shared you the link. You can check there what other entities are doing. I know SAC in India is working on like a platform. I am aware of ISIC in like the entities I coach. That's what I know more from. ISIC in Vietnam is working for a product with the partners, and then they've restructured their like internal structures to align with that. ISIC in Nepal is working on like an event related SDGs plus youth speak forum kind of things for action for SDGs. It's more like an innovation challenge. I think ISIC in Singapore worked with an innovation challenge, Ideathon. Sri Lanka worked on the Ideathon. So I think these are the different initiatives happening in the region. So you're not alone working for, ISIC in MOC is working on the platform. They also have like a lot of EwA initiatives. So I think like to engage young people in the world. So I think there is a lot of things and a lot of different ideas and innovative initiatives happening inside the region. Don't wait for such spaces. Another thing I liked about Japan's idea is like they already contacted themselves with MOC, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Philippines, started running it. This kind of regional collaboration is something what we need because the till the time we come back with exchanges, till the time our ELD products are like we are doing it virtually, like EwA could be like a really good way for you to impact the kind of things, to generate the kind of impact which you know ISIC always generates. It's already having an impact, but then how can we amplify it and not let this the situation is happening around the world slow us down in any way. EwA could be that initiative. EwA initiatives could be those things which keep us relevant, keep us like there is a lot of conversation about those things, right? So keep us relevant, keep us ahead of the game, keep us on our toes to never forget our mission to engage and develop every young person in the world, the BHAG which you heard about yesterday, and still work towards improving the kind of initiatives which we have. So already we had GCP sharing from in Japan. Just a couple of tips before I go. Just follow the principles. Like I hope you are all subscribed to the EwA newsletters. We have received 2 newsletters so far, and the third one is on the way. The latest EwA principle is given. If you want me to share the links, I can share it. Just give me a second. The latest EwA principles is already shared. Till the time we come up with a new one, the latest one, follow these. This would be my first tip. Don't innovate anything outside this. We're currently working with ICB to come up with like put it in API, like put it in compendium or come up with the things like how can we more govern the kind of things which we do. Second thing is think long term but implement short term. Like I know you need to have like what the cases question, right? What is the long term direction or how we going to align our EwA programs to be able to lead to a context related to ELD programs, or since we are moving towards more professional internships, how our EwA programs are evolving toward that. Those kind of conversations are good. Definitely have that. What works and suits best for your entity. That makes sense. Like I know MOC, India, some entities are like Sri Lanka doing big investments and big investment, not just in terms of money, but in terms of resources to develop the new EwA initiatives, thinking the long term. But I would highly and strongly recommend you to have a short-term implementation plans. Like try out new things, because that's how the innovating process works, right? You try out a couple of things. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, then you learn from it and move in the next implementation. Just like, for example, you attended the Speak Up initiative, right? That was one of the things we tried. We wanted to about the platform. There's another regional innovation event which is already happening. The CC applications are open. Feel free to apply. The focus group thing we are trying to do from the regional office. A lot of innovating things we are trying to do in order to support you. We will bring up a new education cycle for EwA. A lot of things are coming your way. Make sure to join the commission calls from the next month onwards. and stay updated on what's happening, but implement a lot of things on a short-term basis. Like, don't come up with things, just implement it, test it out, see if it works in the market. If there is not a lot of downside to it. And work on cultural change management. This is something I spoke yesterday. Those of MCPs and MCs who attended the cultural workshop with me, I was speaking about the culture of advocacy, culture of clan, and culture of marketplace, and also culture of the overall ACAI test, right? Like I was speaking about what sort of a culture we have in our entity. Is it we want to move towards a mix of clan and advocacy culture. So where we do a lot of product testing, we implement it, we see how it works in the entity. But then if the 47 or 48% of global volunteer members, you want to shift them into professional internship programs or EwA programs or BD programs, it has to have like a high change in like high, you have to have like a high focus on the change management for that to happen. So start with the cultural aspect of the change management, like how, like what sort of a member do you need, like what sort of a program, so what sort of an NEC education cycle, what sort of a recruitment campaign, what sort of a value propositions you want to give it to your market in a such a way that in 2 years, in 4 years, in 5 years, when your entity works on these new innovative EwA programs, or when you work on EwA program, that you'll be able to do it successfully. Because like EwA program is kind of like a funnel, right? Like you get people in funnel through EwA and then you try to convert them to EAD, but don't think of it as a linear funnel. How again Casey mentioned, it was more like a circular one where you get EwA, they do more EwA, and somewhere down the line they do EAD. That's sort of a thing. So work on that cultural management aspect, cultural change management aspect part of EwA. And yeah, this will be the last thing I want to do. Any questions you guys have? So I want to remind from the morning, this is what we mean by lead the change. So the idea is your contribution is going to be essential in leading this change, this EwA commission, and also the collective power of people. So lead the change. And yeah, does anyone want to share or ask questions? If not, then going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay. No questions? Good to go? Give me a thumbs up if you're still with me. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for the space. That concludes today's regional primetime agenda.